Right. The universal set, so U. So watch. The first thing you do is you put a, just to see what it looks like, what is a universal set? It's the rectangle. Is 1, 2, 3, all of these numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The set A contains 9 to the power of a half, 4 to the power of a half, and 1 to the power of a half. Right, so set A. 9 to the power of a half. Do you know what that is? Well, you can key that into your calculator. It's also, watch, you can write this into your copy. It's also the square root of 9. To the power of a half means square root. 4 to the power of a half is the same as the square root of 4. 1 to the power of a half is the square root of 1. So what's 9 to the power of a half?
3.
I'll just write there, square root of 9 is 3. 4 to the power of a half, square root of 4. 1 to the power of a half, the square root of 1 is 1. Right, so set A contains 3, 2, and 1. So I'll just rub out this 1, 3, 2, and 1 and put them in here. See there? You looking up? Right, B is a set of prime numbers that are in the universal set. List the elements in B. Right, which ones are prime numbers?
1, 2, 3, 5, 7.
You can't include 1. 1's not a prime number.
And 2, 3, 5, 7.
Prime numbers 2, 3, 5, 7. So B contains 2, 3, 5, and 7. I'm going to have to draw this out again, because B contains 2 and 3 and 5 and 7. Alright, so A contains 1, 2, 3. B contains 2, 3, 5, 7. Well, A contains 2 and 3 and B contains 2 and 3, so 2 and 3 go there. Do you see that? B also contains 5 and 7. Alright, actually I should have wrote it down here. A contains 1. A also contains 2 and 3, but B also contains 2 and 3. 5 and 7. Alright, now we have to fill out the rest of the numbers. So I don't have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next one? What is the number of elements in A? How many elements are in A?
1, 2, 3.
3. Hash means what are the number of elements in A in the section B? A in the section B is this area here.
2, 3.
So there are 2 elements. List the elements in A union B. That means all of A and all of B. Jaroslav. What? Yeah, I'm telling you now. Look, list all the elements in A and B. It doesn't mean that you can sit there and do nothing.
1, 2, 3, 5, 7.
Yeah. So you put curly brackets. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Now, part 2. So we want A, but we none of B. So we go A, but not B. That's what that means. Just 1. Just the number 1. Just this one here. A Complement. Next one, part 3, means everything outside of A. A complement. You list the things that are outside of A.
4, 6, 8, 9, 5, 7.
4, 6, 8, 9, 5, 7. That's it. 4, 6, 8, 9, 5, 7. What is the name of a set with no elements? So let's say a circle with nothing in it. The name is called a null set. Name 2 subsets of set B.
2 and 3.
Yeah, so look at B, 2 and 3. Just name 2 elements inside B, and 5 and 7. Two and 3. So all you have to do is name two elements in B, 2 and 3. Name another couple of elements in B, 5 and 7. Alright? Let's go on to the next page. Question 2. Now, what's the reciprocal of 4? What does reciprocal mean? Well, 4 is 4 over 1. We'll write in the gap here. 4 is 4 over 1. So reciprocal means turn it upside down.
So 1/4.
1/4 is the reciprocal. What's the reciprocal of 5 over 2?
2 over 5.
2 over 5. What's the reciprocal of 0.3? So we take 0.3 and turn it into a
Fraction.
fraction. 3 over 10. So what's the reciprocal of 3 over 10?
3.
10 over 3. Find the next terms in each of the sequences. So 3, 6, 9, what's the gap? 12, 15, we're going up in
3s.
3s. The next one, 3 to 6, the gap from 3 to 6 is 3, from 6 to 12, the gap is 6, so it's doubling, yeah.
So 24.
24, double it again, 48, double it again, 96.
96.
Right, in the next one, 12, 7, what's the gap from 12 to 7?
5s.
It's minus 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the gap from 7 to 2? Minus 5. Going down in minus 5s. So 2 minus 5?
Minus 3.
Minus 3.
Minus 8.
Minus 8.
Minus 13.
Well done. Minus 13. Which sequence is exponential? Give a reason for your answer. Which one is being exponential? Means which one is the one where you multiply to get your next one. The second one, isn't it? Because you have multiply by 2. I. 3, 6, 12, 24. Exponential means which one do you multiply to get the next. You multiply by 2 to get the next sequence. All the other ones are you adding, so they're called linear. Question 3. You okay with that? Question 3. €240 is shared between David and Mary in the ratio of their ages. David is twice as old as Mary. What is the ratio of their ages? 2 to 1. 2 is to 1. Right, so every time you give David €2, you have to give Mary €1. So how much money are you giving out each time?
€3.
€3. So David gets 2/3, and Mary gets 1/3 of the money. Alright, so how do you get 2/3 of 240?
Something that goes into it 3 times. Just divide by 3.
Yeah. So 240 divided by 3, 3 eighths are 24, and multiply by 2 to get 2/3.
It's 80, so that's 160.
160, and then Mary gets 1/3,
80.
240, which is 80. Multiply by 1 doesn't make a difference, it's €80. Does everybody understand that one? So if you go from ratio, see 2 is to 1, how do you turn that into a fraction? You add the two numbers. 2 plus 1 is 3, so it's thirds. So 2/3 and 1/3. C, how much money would David have to give Mary so that they would have equal amounts? So equal amounts, all we have to do is 240 divided by 2, isn't it? See how much equal amounts means. Yeah, so to get from 160 to 120, David would have to give €40, you said, to Mary. Alright, so David gets 160, well half of 240 is 120, so he has to give €20 to get to 120. Question 4. Anne has 2 chocolate cakes to share equally between herself and her friends. What fraction of the cake will each person receive? And her 4 friends, so there's 5 of them altogether. So there's Anne and 4 friends, so each one will receive 1/5 of the cake. Next page. Just before Anne cuts the cakes, some more friends arrive. Anne divides the cake evenly between the whole group. Everyone in the group receives a quarter of a cake. Anne divides the cake evenly between the whole group. How many extra friends arrive? 3, yeah. So, because we have 1/5, and if 3 more arrive, then we're dividing it into, then we have 8. Alright, and how many cakes would you need? 2 cakes. So everyone in the group receives a quarter of a cake. So we have 2 cakes. There's 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everybody receives a quarter. Right, the next one. So many 2s have we got here? So it's P is 2 to the power of, so it's 2 to the power of 7. The next one. What do you do in this case, where you can see it in your own page? 3 to the 4 times 3 to the k is equal to 3 to the 8. Well, you have to add the powers. 4 and what is equal to 8?
4.
4 and 4, yeah. So it's 3 to the power of 4.
So easy.
K is 4. So you just write down k is equal to 4. Right, the next one. C. What do brackets mean? Always multiply. So you have to multiply 3 times 2 this time. 6. But in the next one, we have 2 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of 2. You add them, don't you? 3, add the powers. 3 and 2 is 5. Which one is greater? The one on top or the one on the bottom? That's what they're asking you in the next question. 2 to the 6 or 2 to the 5?
So I think it's 2 to the 6, but because it's asking like such a stupid question, I think it's 2 to the 5.
No, 2 to the 6 is bigger. Because you're multiplying 6 2's. 2 to the 5 is multiplying 5 2's together. Alright? You can work it out in your calculator, you can find out what 2 to the power 6 is if you like. But 2 to the power 6 is greater. So this one here, that's 2 to the power 6. It's greater than 2 to the power 5. See that? That's 2 to the power 6. That's 2 to the power 5. 2 to the power 6 is greater. Alright, I'm gonna pause this one.